Welcome to the workout today, which is an AMRAP in 15 minutes of 12 deadlifts, 9 hang power cleans, and 6 shoulder to overhead with a single object. So Miles is here today and he'll be doing this with a dumbbell. You could do it with a kettlebell or even a backpack that's loaded with some stuff. So it's challenging as far as weight is concerned. You're going to start with one side and do all 12, 9, and 6 before you switch hands and then do 12, 9, and 6 on the other side. We'll get you warmed up and then we'll have you work out alongside Miles. Here's our warm-up. We're going to alternate between 2 different exercises and 2 different sets of exercises for some intervals here. It's going to sound complicated. All you have to do is copy what Miles is doing. We're going to start off with the lateral lunge. In a lateral lunge, Miles is starting with his feet together before he steps out and tries to do a Cossack squat, but then he comes together with his feet before he switches sides again. The most important is that you keep both heels in contact with the ground. You try to stay vertical with your torso. Use your arms for balance. You get some time to rest. Miles is going to rotate this way. He's going to hit a plank position. We're doing the top half of the push-up. Starting in 5. Go. What we're looking for here is that the elbow doesn't move too far back. He's actually going to move his body forward before he comes down about halfway, pushes back up to a full lockout, and that's what you're doing for this next 13 more seconds or so. Making sure that you're breathing and you're doing a good job, like Miles is, of keeping tight through the legs, through the glutes, and through the midline. Take a break. We're going to repeat the lateral lunge. Three, 2, 1. And last round. There you go. Good job keeping the heels down, sending the butt back. If this was 3D footage, you would see that dunk coming at the screen. 10 more seconds. That's the goal, everybody. Build that backside. All right. Top half of the push-up, then we're switching gears. Stay tight. Ten more seconds. Keep moving. Keep the legs tight. Make sure you're traveling forward, not straight down. The elbows never move back. Take a break. Great job. Now we're transitioning to the forward-backward lunge. Starting with your feet together, you're going to lunge forward in place and immediately lunge backwards with the same leg. 3, 2. You'll come together and then switch sides. All right, next up, you're going to do an RDL plus 3 bent over rows with your weight. So this way or that way. Go. RDL, bent over, 2, 3, stand all the way up. Do it again. Bend over, 1, 2, 3, stand up. Good job. We're really trying to fire off the shoulder blades as much as we can. All right, so we're going back to the lunge. Obviously, you can make this lunge harder if you want to load your body with that forward-backward lunge. Otherwise, remember, this is just a warm-up. So if you're going weightless, hands on your hips, chest high the entire time. Good posture. You can challenge yourself here by thinking you're lunging like a tightrope or on a tightrope rather than the wide version that we usually ask for. Very nice. Good job, Miles. Make sure you're staying as upright as Miles is, breathing out your reps. Then we're going to move back towards the dumbbell for the RDL plus 3 bent over rows. Go. Ten more seconds. Miles is doing a fantastic job of breathing. Make sure you're doing the same. Going to the forward-backward lunge. Maybe this time challenge yourself to have some width, or by picking up the dumbbell. Miles has the dumbbell in a front rack position. You find what's most challenging for you. Nice. Always making sure that the knee stays directly over the ankle in the front leg, whatever is front. Nice job. Back to the RDL and bent over rows. If you want more back firing off, do more rows. We're only looking for 3. All right. Last time, last set. Good. Notice Miles is bringing the bell towards his belly button and not his chest. That way we engage the proper parts of our back. 5, 4. All right, so we're gonna do some stretching real quick to see if we can get into better positions when we're lifting the dumbbell later on. Miles is gonna assume hands and knees facing my direction. We're gonna try to open up the lats a little bit in the back because we're gonna be using that a lot simply by doing a prayer pose. So his toes are pointing backwards, he's gonna sit down onto his heels, and then once he finds that lowest position, then he's gonna start crawling his hands out towards me, my direction, allowing the head to come down, reaching forward. You should feel the sensation in the back, middle to lower back, maybe part of the glutes. If you're spreading your knees apart to give your torso some room to fall within the legs, then you should also feel some of your hips. Obviously, he's reaching forward, and if you can see this position here, the arm, I'll go this way, the arm is somewhere behind the ear, which is perfect because that's what we're going to look for and demand later on when we're going shoulder to overhead with that dumbbell. So just holding that position, breathing it out. If you want to challenge the overhead stretch a little bit more, you can slowly crawl your fingers in until your thumbs touch. There you go. And trying to breathe and maybe think of getting the collarbones down towards the ground as best you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly get up on all fours. Miles is going to take a big step forward with the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Good. And now we're in a long lunge position. He's just gently going to rock his shoulders forward and back. We're trying to pry open the hip area because you've got a lot of deadlifts and hang power cleans in today's workout. 3 more rocks. 2, 1, and go ahead and switch sides. Awesome. And we're just rocking back and forth. You're going to feel different between both sides, and that's okay. We're all not built evenly, right? And we also obviously favor one side for some things versus the other. Stability versus dynamic movement. You know, what is your planting leg? Which one is your kicking leg? All that good stuff. So, feel it out. Spend more time on the tight side. Awesome. All right, from here, let's show us the bottom of the squat, your best version of it. Both hands on the right foot. Right foot, right foot. There you go. And now you're going to take the left arm, twist, and reach up towards the ceiling. That's 1 rep. I want everybody to go for about 10 reps for the next 30 seconds or so. Breathing it out. Trying to get the upper back engaged. Whenever I do this, I'm looking for a shoulder blade pinch. Can I activate the muscles just on the inside of the shoulders? We'll go about 10 more seconds. Think of it as a snatch movement pattern. Let your body lead with the elbow before the hand reaches up. 3, 2, 1. Stand up, shake it out. Cool. 10 arm circles backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then twist and pivot for the next 15 seconds or so. Wring out the spine. I'm trying to loosen up all the tightness in the torso, in the core, in the neck. And that's good. And relax, roll your shoulders around, left and right with your head, elbows, wrists. Cool. Then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite hand. So, bottom of the squat. Both hands on the left foot this time. And now reaching the right elbow and hand towards the ceiling for the next 30 seconds. Like we did earlier, you're going to feel a difference between the sides, and that's okay. What do you need? 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Go ahead and stand up. We'll do the same thing. 1 arm circle backwards this time. We'll go 10 with a 1, 2, 3, just 1 arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twist and pivot again for another 10 seconds or so. Three, 2, 1. Boxer shuffle, shake it out, get loose. Hoo ha, hoo ha. All right, pick up your dumbbells or your kettlebells or whatever weight you've got here. Miles is going to face that way. He's got the dumbbell out in his right hand, and he's actually going to slide back pinky side so that just when hanging, when holding on, the bell naturally tips forward. That's going to help us out here for the first movement, which is the deadlift. What we're going to do here is he's going to get into a hip width stance. The hips go back, the knees break, keeping his chest up. Can he get his dumbbell to tap the ground and then come back up? This will feel like a tight, compressed position if you're not quite used to doing one-sided deadlifts. And give us 2 more, keeping the chest high, keeping his back very flat. 1 more. Awesome. And then he's going to switch directions and switch hands. Same idea. It would be like if we just photoshopped the barbell out of his hands and put a dumbbell in there. Even though you're only one-sided here, the goal is to keep the shoulders, your hips, and your knees square forward. 3 more. Make sure that you lower it all the way down to the ground. Unless you have a back issue, if you don't have that kind of flexibility, don't go all the way down. Maybe all you're doing is, can you just go below just the hand past the knee? Come back up. Good. That's what we're going to look for there. One of the other things that you should keep in mind is that when you're bending over, if it's one hand, that the knees are still trying to break out just enough. You don't want to push out so much that now you're drawing a weird line with the hand, dumbbell path. But we definitely don't want them caving in. So make sure that your hip, your knee, and your toes stay in the same line. From there, hang power clean. Miles has a weight in his hand. Swing between the legs with some pitch so that you can violently extend the hips and the bell comes up because you break at the elbow. Catch it in the power position before you stand up, and then let it actually go away from you so that you can hit it in the backswing. Go again. Cool. Give us 3 more. Full speed. There you go. What I'm looking for and what I get in my view is that the elbow goes forward of the hand, and he's showing control with that bell before it comes back down. So hips are what power this. Don't make this a swinging bicep curl. Add your shoulders, add the hips, just like what you do with a heavy barbell. We're just challenging one side at a time today. Cool, and then the final exercise, the shoulder to overhead. You have your option here. It's probably going to be one of 2. Number 1 is a push press, a dip, and a drive to the lockout position. There you go. 1 more. Switch hands, face my direction so they get a different angle here. I would love to see that your bicep goes behind your ear, and then from this perspective, how close is your arm to your head? We don't want it out here because that's challenging too much of the delt. Let's share the load and get all the way there. Let's face forward again, switch hands. Alternatively, you have the push jerk. You're in a squat position. You're going to dip, drive with the hips, and drop to catch it with a straight arm before you stand it up. Go ahead. Awesome. Look at that speed. 1 more. Hoop-ha. Cool. Switch hands. Switch directions. Same thing. Watch how vertical he stays during his dip phase. We're not sending the butt back because that would shoot the belt forward. You simply dip down before you drive it up. Awesome. Take a break. Very nice. What we're doing is a single side DT, and it's going to alternate. So all 12 deadlifts on the right side, all 9 hang power cleans on the right side, all 6 shoulder to overhead on that right side. Generally, with a barbell iteration of this workout, you would have to consider the rep breakdown. Ideally, you would go through the entire thing unbroken, but if you know, and if you go heavy enough, that's really difficult to do. When it's a lighter 1-arm implement, you can push that a little bit more. So yes, I would love for an entire round, all 12 deadlifts, all 9 hang power cleans, into all 6 shoulder to overhead. That would be awesome. Put it down on the ground, shake it out before you switch sides and go again. But if you can't do that, then you can't do that. Take breaks however you need to. We'll give you a minute. Get your own music going at home. Have your beverages nearby if you're going to need some water in between. We'll get this clock going and you'll work out alongside Mile.
The time goes by quick. I wouldn't underestimate yourself. See where you're at around the 5 or 10 minute mark and judge how much gas you got left in the tank and go as hard as you need to. I'd say my grip, I started to notice it slipped more with the cleans and the deadlifts. I was pretty firm with the overheads. Yeah.
10 seconds. Go.
Keep it, just point it down the entire time. Yeah. But thumb around just so you can keep that grip because it's going to be a while.
I lost count. I think that's wrong.
Between the legs to start the swing. Give me 9. Good. More hip. Six. $12. Keep your toes down. Of these. Yep. Good breathing. Good hinge. Use those legs. Same power you had earlier in the demo. Good lockout. The arm, the bicep, the tricep behind the shoulders. That's 2 rounds for Miles. Keep going. That's 12 minutes left. 3 minutes down. You may be with the same pace Miles is going. You may be moving faster. You may be moving slower. Do what you need. Take breaks when you need to. Listen to your body, but move when you can. We want that intensity here. So you gotta push it. Depending on the weight that you have, if it's light, you should be able to go all the way. If it's a little heavier, you might have to take more breaks. That's fine, as long as you're moving. After the 12 deadlifts are 9 hang power cleans. Miles, keep going. Keep everything tight during the dip, and then launch it. It's round 3 for Miles. Five minutes down, 10 minutes to go. Good work, everybody. Is that 5?
Yeah.
Woo! Keep going. We're approaching the halfway mark. Keep it up. Good, stay tight, big hip. Yeah, good. Halfway. Nice. Good. Very nice. Keep breathing. Good breathing. Make this about the hip and the trap. Pop that hip, shrug that shoulder as hard as you can. Nice. Good. Keep your back flat during the backswing. And then flex those legs as hard as you can to walk out. You'll feel that weight gets weightless. 6 minutes left. Are you on the same pace, or are you moving faster or slower than Miles? Regardless, keep it going. Yeah. Good. Absorb with the legs and then rebound and just go again. Very nice. Less than 4 minutes left. Nice. Good. The dumbbell makes contact with the ground just outside the pinky toe, but be mindful that you don't actually hit your feet. That's why having a narrow stance during your deadlift is really important. Good. Good hinge. Good hike. Three minutes left. 3 minutes left. Nice. Hell yeah. Nice. Good. Make sure those knees are bending every time. Don't make this a Romanian deadlift. For you at home, especially without eyes on you. Make sure it's a full deadlift. Knees drive forward so you can get vertical shins when you touch the ground.
Unless your back hurts.
Unless your back hurts, in which case maybe don't go all the way down. Good. Notice the stance change Miles had. He knew he was going between the legs, so he widened up. Two-minute warning. You have less than 2 minutes left. 12, 9, and 6, shoulder to overhead. Nice. Lock that arm out. Bicep behind the ear. Home stretch, let's go. This is where you push it. 90 seconds left. One minute to go. Dip drive, punch it out. Nice, Miles. Good job, everybody. Keep pushing. You can see the end. You can see the finish line, the light at the end of the tunnel, whatever you want to call it. 45 seconds. You gotta move. You gotta move. Nice. Keep those shoulders square. Bend those legs. Bend those legs. Nice. Drive those knees apart. 30 seconds. $20 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Let's go.